Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Brainbean here again, and today I've got something a little bit different for you. We're going to be taking a look at Thermaltake's Level 20 Battlestation gaming desk, and I've definitely got a pretty strong opinion about this one. So with that, let's go ahead and check it out. Just to start it off, if you do end up ordering one of these desks, it is shipped to you via freight shipping. So they actually bring a full 18-wheel truck out to you and unload it with a pallet jack and drop it off kind of close to the front of your house. But I just want to let you guys know the box weighs over 200 pounds, and I would highly recommend having somebody on standby to help you bring this thing into the house because it is very heavy and hard to move. Traditionally on this channel, I don't really go into the assembly process of things too much because for the most part, it's all kind of the same. This, however, was by far the roughest assembly that I've ever had, bar none, in the history of the channel. Like, to put it into perspective for you guys, the last season of Game of Thrones was much more enjoyable than assembling this desk. There's a staggering amount of parts and damn near 100 screws to put this desk together. The instructions are very vague and the screws aren't labeled, making it really difficult to distinguish which screw goes where. The tools they give you are far too small and dinky, which leave your hands feeling sore. And for the price of this desk, I would have expected much better tools and instructions. I would definitely recommend that you guys make sure that you have a decent screw gun and a set of hex bits on you if you do plan on assembling this desk, because it will make it a lot easier. In total, the whole process took about 3 hours. Even though the process of assembly was pretty sucky, the parts did feel high quality and the pilot holes for everything are lined up really well. I do think it's weird that the desktop comes in 2 pieces that fit together. It's well braced once it's assembled and it holds up like one solid piece, but the seam isn't flush in the middle and requires something over the top of the desktop. The top is made of solid wood though. It's nice that it's not a piece of chipboard or anything like that, and it is a sizable desk that is large enough to accommodate multi-monitor setups, coming in at 64.9 inches by 29.5 inches on the desktop. The desk is a sit-stand desk that can move rather quietly from 27.5 inches all the way up to 43.3 inches, and it is able to lift an impressive 330 pounds, so you can rest easy knowing that any number of monitors and even a really big tower are well within this desk's means to lift. The motor is quiet and lifts and lowers the desk fairly smoothly at first. However, in my experience, after about 2 weeks or so, mine did start to jitter a little bit on raising the desk. And you can also set up to 4 different height presets if you find settings that you like, and at a click of a button can have the desk automatically go to those different settings. The desk has 3 pre-drilled holes for your cables, and they do include some plastic grommets that you can insert. You also get a rubber cloth top mouse mat that covers the entire desk. Normally I wouldn't want to use this as I find them hard to keep clean and I just don't particularly enjoy the texture of soft mouse mats. But on this desk, if you don't use it, you're definitely going to see that split in the desk, which in my opinion just makes it completely unusable, so you have to use the included mouse mat. Another reason that you have to use this mouse mat is that the LEDs that I'm going to talk a little bit more about here in a second are raised off the desk some, and if you don't use that mouse mat to make it flush, you're going to have a lot of pressure on your wrists, which just makes it even more unusable. Now, fully assembled, this desk is a tank. It's super heavy, so I recommend building it wherever you would expect to use it. It does not rock or wobble when shaken at all from side to side, and I like that the motor and mechanism are well shielded. Even the cables running from the LEDs and the controls have their own metal cable channel screwed into the bottom of the desk to protect all those cables from getting damaged. It also comes with a rather large cable management shelf underneath the desk that I really like. It's large enough to keep things like cables, power strips, or even your modem or router if you want to. Now, of course, undoubtedly the most interesting thing about this desk is the RGB feature. It's made up of 2 LED strips that fit into pre-made grooves that wrap around the desk. The first strip stretches across the front of the desk, and then there's a longer one that covers the sides and the back all in a single strip. Now, this one left me scratching my head a little bit because I think it would have looked a lot nicer to have those broken corners on the back of the desk and leave those nice smooth rounded edges at the front of the desk where people are going to see it. They connect to the PC using the same modules that connect Thermaltake's RGB fans and light strips. And they can connect to your PC via USB to be controlled by their software. Now the downside here is that with these lights comes a lot more wires. There's 2 for each strip and an included power adapter, adding some extra spaghetti to your setup even before adding your own PC cables. Now as far as software goes, I'm unfortunately not a huge fan of Thermaltake's iTake software. It's pretty buggy and it's given me a lot of trouble in the past, even with my own personal PC. In that software, you can select up to 8 lighting effects. Now, one cool feature here though is that Thermaltake does have that partnership with Razer. So once you have that software communicating with Razer Synapse, you can use Synapse to control the lights, and you can have it work with games like Overwatch or Apex, for example, which I think is by far the best feature of this desk. The lights are super bright and vibrant, and they actually look really good, if not a little bit distracting at times. But where I really take issue with this desk is the price. This desk comes in at a whopping $1,200, and at this price, I just cannot justify purchasing one. As far as standing desks go, it can certainly hold its own. It's super solid and lifts a ton of weight, but the split desktop is a total bummer for me, and I think for ease of shipping, that's probably why they did it, but they could have easily just shipped a separate full desktop piece. And while the RGB feature does look neat in its own right, I just can't see how some RGB justifies a $1,200 price. It's definitely a cool desk, but some questionable design decisions with the way that the desktop was handled and just the way the lights are oriented, and the total price all considered just makes this desk a total pass for me. Well, that's it for the review, guys. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about this desk, and of course, you can give this video a like if you enjoyed it to show your support. If you're new here on the channel, I'd love to see you subscribe. We've got a lot more videos like this coming for you in the future, and as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.